The cost of housing has skyrocketed in recent years, but there are still corners of the world where you can snap up a stunning mansion for an astonishingly low price. Today, we're exploring what kind of house $1 million will get you all across the world. In general, younger generations are more likely to rent housing than their property-owning parents, but most people still have ambitions to buy a home at some point in their life. In case you can manage to save $1 million over the course of a lifetime, the good news is you can afford a comfortable home almost anywhere on Earth. BuzzFeed recently collected a series of opulent homes around the world, each priced at almost exactly $1 million. Representing Europe is a 5-bedroom, 2-courtyard house located in the heart of Paris. The house has a classic exterior and a modern interior for the best of both worlds. The same price would buy you a modern 3-bedroom house in London or a 5-bedroom waterfront home in Istanbul, Turkey. All 3 houses are absolutely luxurious despite the high cost of living in Paris and London. Compare this to a 4-bedroom house in Cape Town, South Africa. The exquisite property is nestled beneath the iconic Table Mountain and features its own wine tasting room, where guests can sample world-famous South African Pinotage. In order to showcase the African continent, BuzzFeed also included homes in Kenya and Seychelles. The 3-bedroom house in Nairobi, the Kenyan capital, has an outdoor bar and more than 1 acre of available land. The house in Seychelles is actually a 1-bedroom apartment on the idyllic Eden Island. The waterfront property is much smaller than other homes on the BuzzFeed list, but it's hard to beat its location. In general, the luxury homes for sale in Africa are priced similarly to their equivalents in Europe. Moving on to North America, there are a wide variety of houses available for roughly $1 million. In case you're looking for an island retreat, an exquisite property in Great Exuma in the Bahamas features a 5-bedroom home, a private beach, and a standalone guest house. Compare this to a more stately 4-bedroom red brick house in Toronto, Canada for almost exactly the same price. But if you want the real big city experience, look no further than a luxe 2-bedroom apartment in New York City with a great view of the Manhattan skyline. This New York property is much smaller than in other North American cities because the cost of living in New York is one of the highest on the planet. Still, with access to high-paying jobs, world-class museums, and iconic sites, it's easy to see the appeal. Los Angeles, California is also renowned for being expensive, but $1 million will get you much more space than in New York City. BuzzFeed highlighted a 3-bedroom ranch-style bungalow for just under $1 million. The LA pad is extremely chic with a manicured front garden and topiary. Next, we're exploring Down Under with 2 amazing houses from Oceania. In case you want to move to New Zealand's most populous city, Auckland, you can snap up a 7-bedroom, palm tree-lined mansion with a full nautical theme. The same amount of money would earn you a 3-bedroom, ultra-modern home in Queensland, Australia. You can stretch your dollar a bit further in South America. For instance, $1 million gets you a 5-bedroom home in Colina, Chile with an adobe exterior and spacious high ceilings. And if you ever want to play 9 holes, the house is located right at the heart of a golf course. Or you could brush up on your Portuguese and move to Sao Paulo, Brazil. $1 million here will buy you an absolutely amazing 4-bedroom home with a hot tub and a private gym. The equivalent amount would buy you a 3-bedroom house in Maldonado, Uruguay, complete with an outdoor spa and jacuzzi. We conclude with Asia, where you can spend $1 million on a 4-bedroom villa in Bali, Indonesia, complete with its own games room, a cozy 4-bedroom bungalow in Uttar Pradesh, India, or a 4-bedroom villa in Surat Thani, Thailand, complete with its own private infinity pool. As you can see, luxury living isn't cheap anywhere on Earth, but $1 million can stretch a little further in some corners of the world. According to a 2018 study, the micronation of Monaco has the most expensive real estate in the world. For $1 million, you can only buy 16 square meters there, about 172 square feet, the size of a respectable walk-in closet. The city-state was closely followed by Hong Kong and New York City. $1 million would be worth an average of 236 square feet and 270 square feet, respectively. Of the top 20 most expensive cities, 6 were in Europe, 8 were in Asia, 3 were in North America, and 1 was in Oceania, in addition to 1 in South America and 1 in Africa. If you're looking for a bargain in luxury real estate, check out Sao Paulo or Cape Town, South Africa. In Cape Town, $1 million buys about 1,700 square feet. In Sao Paulo, $1 million lands more than 1,800 square feet. The same study was repeated in 2020, and in the past 2 years, London overtook New York City as the 3rd most expensive city on Earth. Monaco and Hong Kong are still steady in the 1st and 2nd positions. The same report showed that the 3 cities with the fastest rising cost of living were Frankfurt, Lisbon, and Athens. While the cost of living is rising everywhere, it seems especially acute in Europe. Ronan McMahon is a contributor to Real Estate Trend Alert. He is an expert on housing prices across the globe, and he recently released a list of the most affordable places to live on Earth. McMahon recommends that potential home buyers focus on Italy. We will see big falls in value of best-in-class real estate. I'm figuring on 30% in Italy on prices that have already been falling for 15 years, said McMahon. Italy has become famous for towns giving away fixer-upper houses for a mere €1 each. Italy has been giving away free houses for years in an effort to re-energize depopulated hill towns, says McMahon. These are often historic, beautiful towns in stunning places. Obviously, these virtually free houses require a lot of investment, but if you're willing to put in the time and money, you could have your own home in the Italian countryside. Mexico's Riviera Maya has been transformed over the years from a sleepy backwater into a world-class vacation destination. And along with the tourism growth, mobile professionals and digital nomads have flooded towns like Playa del Carmen and Tulum. Tulum has cornered the market for being eco-chic, says McMahon. It's the kind of place where stars who fly in private jets can feel virtuous by spending a few nights off the grid on the beach. It's as fashionable a destination as St. Bart's, Saint-Tropez, and the Greek island of Mykonos. In case you're looking for an incredibly stable investment, McMahon recommends Uruguay. In uncertain times, smart investors look for a safe haven. They look to assets like real estate in places where they can park themselves and their money, says McMahon. Uruguay is one of those places. This little country rarely makes the news headlines. It's the beacon of stability in an uncertain world. So much so, it's almost dull. McMahon seems to believe that Latin America is home to most of the best real estate deals because his other 2 picks are Panama City and Medellin, Colombia. According to him, Panama's robust economy weathered the 2008 crisis, and Panama will withstand the current global crisis just fine too. Panama is one of those safe havens that sucks in resources when things in the world get volatile. He adds that Medellin is a hip, must-visit city. Before the current crisis, tourism was on a huge tear in Colombia. There's no reason it won't continue in the future. Of course, this is only one man's opinion, but in case you want to stretch your money further, $1 million will buy you much more in Uruguay and Panama than it will in London or Paris. Of course, there are even cheaper places than Riviera Maya and Panama City. But most people don't want to live in the middle of nowhere. The ideal property investment is adjacent to natural and cultural amenities and has the potential to grow in value over the years. According to Real Wealth Network, the 3 US cities where you get the most bang for your buck are all in Florida. Specifically, they list Orlando, Tampa, and Jacksonville in the top 3 spots. They are closely followed by Huntsville, Alabama, Dallas, Texas, and Houston, Texas. In fact, housing is generally much cheaper in the American South, which leads many to retire there later in life. As real estate prices become unmanageably expensive in big cities, people are also fleeing to the countryside in order to find more affordable housing. And unless prices start dropping, home ownership will be much lower in the coming years. As a result, many people are racing to buy their first homes before prices spike again.